afternoon and welcome back to the Banksy Stadium for another pre-match show. This time we are back at our home ground for FA Cup action. This time it is the second round as we welcome fellow League Two side Swindon Town. Matt Taylor and his side will be looking to return to winning ways and book themselves a place in the third round following defeats in their last two games against Cambridge United and Carlisle United. We're going to take a look back to our first round win against non-league side Kings Lynn Town, a game in which Brendan Kiernan scored the only goal in the game. I'm also going to be joined by my colleague Paul Joannou as we look back to Tuesday night's game against Cambridge United, a game which was hugely frustrating for everybody in attendance, a game in which the Saddlers dominated for large parts. We're also going to take a look at this weekend's game against Swindon Town and we're going to discuss the magic of the Cup. First up, we're going to take a look back at that game against Kings Lynn Town.
Hayden White with the Walsall throw, looking for the good run here from Earing, helped into a useful area for Walsall. Not clear the lines yet, Kings Lynn. Miller on the turn, took a deflection and it was comfortable in the end for Paul Jones. But Walsall on the front foot early on here. Earing taking the free kick, poor marking there by Kings Lynn. This is Hayden White. Deflection on the cross, takes the goalkeeper out. And Brendan Kiernan was there to tap Walsall into a 1-0 lead. Don't set up really defensively, do they, the non-league side? Horrible deflection for the goalkeeper, can't deal with it. And Brendan Kiernan scores. Ward. Been all Walsall in this first half. Haven't allowed their non-league opponents to settle into any kind of rhythm. This is Miller. It'll drop now for Labadie. Didn't get hold of it, the Walsall captain. Entitled to take the shot on though. Kings Lynn will be happy to get in at half-time, only one down. Earing with the corner. Finds its way through here to Manny Monte, no support for him. Gets a good cross in though, and this is Kiernan. Oh, George Miller was looking for the pass back in space, and Kiernan didn't use him. That was a waste. Signs that Kings Lynn Town have found a little bit more quality in the second half. They needed to. And this is their best attack so far. Here's the captain, Clunan with a shot. Headed away by White. I don't think it was going in anyway from Clunan. But comfortably the best we've seen from Kings Lynn Town so far. Morias. This is promising again for the home side. Much better passing and moving. This is excellent. Can they create an opening? It's Morias! Oh, it struck the arm of Stephen Ward, who threw his body at the Morias shot. They're asking for a penalty, but I don't think they'll get a penalty for this. It's excellent defending from Stephen Ward. Walsall very close now to putting their name in the hat for the second round draw. Launch forward by Labadie, anywhere would do for the skipper. Oh, it's awkward in the end for Jones. Hit the bar on its way behind, but time has run out for Kings Lynn. Walsall winners by 1-0.
So that was a look back at our round one win over Kings Lynn Town. I'm now joined by my colleague Paul. Paul, as always, thank you very much for joining us ahead of this second round FA Cup tie. We'll go back to Tuesday night though, and largely it was a promising performance but a really frustrating one as well.
It was really frustrating, and it's easy to pin it as frustrating because of the chances Walsall didn't take, and just how frustrated we spoke to Matt Taylor after. He was quite frustrated that his team weren't able to capitalise on the chances they had. But when you strip it back and maybe have had a few days to think about it, some of the football the team played was absolutely fantastic. Some of the link-up play, the off-the-ball running, the risks the team were taking, and I think you saw evident the identity Matt Taylor does want to implement here, and well, obviously 90% of it, apart from putting the ball in the back of the net, but there was so much positives I think you've got to take as well. You do have to look at the way the team applied themselves in the build-up to the chances they created, so something to take into today's game.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and you can always talk about clear frustrations, and there were a few there in the pure fact that the ball wasn't put in the back of the net, but like you say, some of the football that was played was a real progressive style of play, and it just showed, again, that word identity, and showed exactly what this side's going to be about this season. Exactly,
and it's something Matt Taylor speaks about a lot, doesn't he, about a clear identity. It's something I think he's trying to implement, and I think that's important at any football club. You know, you're watching press conferences in the Premier League, and managers there are talking about it as well. And you know, look at the top three sides in the Premier League; they all have a clear identity and a style. So it is important in football, I think. So it's really exciting to see that develop, and I think it is a developing thing, isn't it? The team have developed as the season has gone on.
Yeah, we move into today's game. It's an FA Cup game, the magic of the cup, as everybody talks about, but another tough fixture against a League Two side that are unbeaten away from home so far this season.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a very good record Swindon has away from home, isn't it? You know, not having lost a game, that's no mean feat in any division, especially, you know, in Sky Bet League 2, and I think they are unbeaten in all competitions away from home, correct me if I'm wrong. So it's going to be a very difficult test. Again, a team who are flying high in the league, have had a really good start to the season. They've got that consistency, haven't they? So it'll be a difficult test, but it's one I'm sure the team will be confident they can overcome. We saw the performance that Walsall showed against Port Vale, again a team who were consistent and in the top three echelons of the division, so the team have proved they can do it.
Yeah, they have, and I mean, you go away against a Cambridge United side, albeit a changed Cambridge United side, but they're a team in the division above us. You know, we showed a real true intent there, and I'm expecting exactly the same again from Matt Taylor's side today.
They showed it against Doncaster as well, way back in August in the Carabao Cup, a team in the division above us, and we were unlucky not to win on that occasion, I thought, with that 0-0 draw. So again, like we said, Tom, the team have proven they can do it, and you know, they'll be confident going into today's game. I've got no doubts about that.
Yeah, and you know, we're not. We'll have team news coming up for you shortly ahead of the game today. But you know, you'd be perhaps surprised to see that maybe not as many changes as some people would think, considering how strong we went on Tuesday night as well.
Exactly. All cup competitions have been taken very seriously here by Matt Taylor, and rightly so. They're all very important to the club for so many reasons, and you know, what a fantastic reward for winning today's game. A place in the third round of the FA Cup where the Championship teams and the Premier League teams come in, so that could provide a real opportunity for the club. So there'll be plenty of hunger and desire from everyone at the football club to progress in today's game.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and I think Matt said it when he was speaking to the external press this week, that he thinks it's the best cup competition in the world, and you know, to have a chance to then possibly go and play against a Premier League team or a Championship team, a team that, you know, we may, you know, only get one chance to face once a season. You know, it is a real, you know, it's a proper nugget for anybody that's out there today, isn't it?
I think it's more than once a season, probably more once in decades or once in a lifetime potentially to face a Premier League side. It's been a very long time since the Saddlers have, and I think Matt Taylor's hit the nail on the head. It is the best cup competition in the world. You know, he keeps saying I'm biased, but I don't think there's any bias about it. I genuinely think it is. It's a fantastic competition. I love the FA Cup. I really enjoyed when we went down to King's Lynn. I thought that was a proper cup tie, you know, going up against a non-league side. You know, all the cameras were there, BBC Sport were there, the actual cup itself was there. It was a really, really good day, and you just want more of those moments. And you know, again, what a reward it would be for the Saddlers to get a place in the third round in January.
Yeah, and hopefully you will be joining us today. If you are, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get down to the ticket office, because we are expecting there to be queues when picking up tickets or buying them. Remember, you can buy them online to save yourself a queuing time. As always, I'd like to thank you for joining myself and Paul for our pre-match show, and that leaves me with one last final thing to say, and that's come on you, Saddlers.